Hey there, guys. What's up? So, we are going to talk a little bit of truth today as I walk along the beach and show you guys what is happening. Right now, we are on the beach in Sosua, which is a municipal in the Dominican Republic on the north coast, located in a province by the name of Puerto Plata. Right now, this beach is going through some changes, and pretty soon, a lot of these casitas, these vendor places, will be knocked down, and 3 plazas will replace them. And 2 plazas are being built right now, 1 on each side. But as we're walking, we're going to talk, because on this channel we do some truth tales, and we also do some real estate, some relocation, rentals as well, budget and luxury, and we also get into and we also get into a lot of random stuff. Whatever's happening, the news, I let you know. I bring out the news every Tuesday on my channel around here, North Coast, the whole entire Dominican Republic, and sometimes the Caribbean and the US if it affects the Dominican Republic. Let's get into today's truth tale. So, there are a lot of things that go on around the world. Different cultures, traditions, different foods. It is always beautiful to travel and get to know the world. Get to know what's happening all around the world. This one gentleman, we're going to name him Tony. Well, Tony is a world traveler. Back in the day, he used to travel to, he was the type of person that you just spin the globe and you put your finger on it, and where your finger touches is where you go to visit. Now, Tony is originally from Italy. He wants me to say in this story what his race is, which I don't always do. But he wants me to tell you that he's originally from Italy, but his dad is black and his mom is white. So he's like me, mixed breed. That's kind of rude, right? I know. Take that back. We call it mulatto or mulata. Aquí. Aquí means here. Or in the world, they call it biracial. Okay, so there's a reason for this. He wants me to tell you his race because whenever he comes to the Dominican Republic, they think he's Dominican. Now, he doesn't speak any Spanish at all. And so he has a tough time here getting around the streets because he likes to live in the local area. He doesn't like to live in the areas where there are a lot of foreigners. So people automatically think he can speak Spanish. Well, one day a woman came up to him and she said to him, "Listen, I really want you to, take me out for a bite to eat. I know you're a foreigner." She said all this in Spanish. "I know you're a foreigner. I know that you live in the local area, but I'm so interested in you. Take me out somewhere. Show me what it's like in the other areas. Areas that you can go to, you can live in, because you can afford it." And he said to her, "Hola, bien." And he said to her, "Well, I like the local area." Oh, first he said to her, "I don't understand. No entiendo. Here's the other plaza. Now we're going to turn back around and walk the beach. He said, no entiendo. She said in English, oh, you're lying. You're lying. You're a liar. And he couldn't believe how aggressive she got. She said, you just don't want to take me somewhere. And she was saying this in English. And he said, I'm not lying to you. You're beautiful. I would love to take you out to dinner. Sorry. They're tearing down the villas over there as they're tearing down the casitas over there as they're building the plaza over there. So they're doing 2 in 1. They're working overtime. As you can see, there's some abandoned ones here. So he said, you're very beautiful. I would love to take you out to dinner. I would love to take you out for a bite to eat. Please don't be so aggressive. But you have to believe I'm not Dominican. And when she looked at him, she said, okay, you don't speak any Spanish? And she calmed down a bit. And he said, no, my love, I don't speak any Spanish at all. So then, fast forward a little bit. They start dating. He does, hola, bien. Oh, bien, gracias. And so he took her out for dinner that night. And she started to stay with him in his local apartment. Now, this local apartment is located in a little area called La Union in Sosua. And that's where she lived as well. So now they start dating, and he does take her out to dinner often. Now, he started to get bored, and he decided he wanted to take a quick trip somewhere around the world. He wasn't bored with her. He's just used to globetrotting. He doesn't like to be in one place for too long. He said this to her. He said, you know what? I want to take a little vacation. So, you can still stay at my place. It was not him, like he didn't own it. He was renting. Very humble little place. And he said, I just want to go on vacation. She said, why? This is where people come to vacation. You live a vacation every day. You don't work. You have money. We can do different things on my island here. I'm good. How are you? And he said, no, you don't understand. I just want to go somewhere, maybe Thailand. She said, have you been to Thailand before? And she started to get that old aggressive voice in her that often came out, but he generally ignored because she would usually calm down easily. And he said, yes, I've been to Thailand many times. I have second family there. She said, what do you mean second family? He said, like friends that I consider family, just like here. She said, do you have children there? A wife? He laughed at her and he said, no. And she grabbed him by his face, by both of his cheeks, and her nails went into his cheeks hard to the point where she did cut a side of his cheek. And he said, what are you doing? She said, do you have a woman there? Don't you lie to me. And he said to her, no, what's wrong with you? Why are you getting this aggressive? This makes me worry. And she said, well, I don't know. I didn't give you all, hola, bien? I didn't give you all my time for nothing. And now you're leaving? You better pay the rent on this place 2 months in advance, so I know that it's paid. Hola. Cuídate, atrás. Wonderful dancing. Okay, bye-bye. And hola. She said, you better pay the rent 2 months in advance so I know it's paid. And he said, listen, you know what? I just won't go. Forget it. First mistake. I know you guys listening to this, when he told me this story, I was like, dude, you should have just paid that rent for the 1 month that was left, like pay that month's rent and just get out of there. Like leave her immediately, go to Thailand and come back, months later, block her from your cell phone and everything. Get rid of her. She's dangerous. But he felt like he was really loved. He felt like, she was protecting her territory. He said to me, Cerise, I know she was territorial, but... Hola, bien.
Good morning, you?
Good morning, I'm great. You? Okay. Sorry that I keep cutting off the story, guys, but, giving you a little bit of the real life, too. So he said, I felt so protected. He's like, I know I'm a dude. I'm supposed to protect the woman. He said, but every time we went out somewhere, nobody would take advantage of me. Once they found out that I was a foreigner, they wouldn't give me higher prices because she would stick up for me. She would always talk for us. And he said that he felt so honored to be loved by her because she's one of the most beautiful women. Now, I questioned that because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And not only that, Dominican women are beautiful anyway. I mean, when he said one of the most beautiful women, I thought, well, okay, right? That doesn't mean you stay with her. She's already showing signs of aggression. But I don't judge. I just listen to the stories. And so he stayed. He did even more than that. Because after the month was up, another month of being together, she said to him, I can't believe you were going to leave me to go to Thailand. For a ticket to Thailand. Hola. For a ticket to Thailand. It is 3 months our rent. And he was like, okay. And she said, why don't you get us a villa? Why don't you take me out of the hood? If you loved me and really wanted me, you would put me in a beautiful place because you can afford it. And by this time, he was in love with her. By this time, he thought, why should he go globe-trotting? By this time, he thought, there is no other place more beautiful than the Dominican Republic. Now that he's in love, he's been all around the world. He knows his way around. He thought, you know what? If they ever break up, then he can go globetrot. So he said to her, you're right. You're right. I'm going to get us a villa. Now, this woman had no children, and he had no children. Well, let me rewind. She had 2 children, but they were living in Canada with their father. Their father moved to Canada with a Canadian woman. And she let her children go because she felt it was the best choice for them. This woman is Haitian. So she knew that at any moment, hola, she knew that at any moment, anything could happen. She could get picked up and her children would be alone. Hola. So she let her children go. It was a great sacrifice she felt was important. So now, hola, here she is, and she says to him, I need you to get a 3-bedroom villa. And most villas, that's a house with its private pool. Most of them are 2 to 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms and up. And he said, well, I think we should just get a 2-bedroom villa. You know, you and me, and if we have a guest. And she said, I have 2 children. What about when they come visit me? I'm a package deal. And he said, but I don't even see you talk to your children on the phone, and I've been with you for like 6 months now. I don't even see you ever even talk about your children. You know, whenever I take you shopping, if I mention to you, buy a gift and maybe we can send it to your children, you always say no, they're good, they have enough. He's like, so why would we pay the extra rent for a 3-bedroom villa? She said, you have the money. You love me. Get a 3-bedroom. Now, by now, he was whipped. And he said to me, he said, Cerise, I thought maybe she was speaking logic anyway. And he did have the money. And he said to me, he said, Cerise, the difference was only $150 a month. So why not get the 3-bedroom for an extra $150 a month? It was shortly after that they had to do some shopping because she was pregnant. They had to do some shopping for pregnancy, maternity wear. So here they are, living in this beautiful villa. She's angry all the time. She's always putting him down. Now she's pregnant and she's rarely giving him intimacy. She told him when she's pregnant, she doesn't like to have intimacy. She says she feels that it is inappropriate to the baby inside of her to have a man's anatomy touch the baby's head. She said it's inappropriate. He said, I'm the father. She said, I don't care. You have to wait until the baby's born. So now, instead of her cooking and cleaning for him like it was in the beginning, he had to start cooking and cleaning for her. Now, he worked online. He's a trader. And sometimes he works into the wee hours of the morning. He would have to stay awake to make her tea in the morning and make sure everything was clean. This woman didn't like to have one dish in the sink. And if there was, she would yell at him. Now, he wasn't a person that could clean very well. So what he did was he said to her, listen, honey, I think we should hire a maid. So they decided that they were going to get a maid. Now, she had rules for this maid. This maid could only really take care of her. And not only that, the maid had to be old and fat and unattractive. So he got a maid that was old, fat, and what he thought was unattractive because he was not attracted to her. Now, the wife was angry because the maid was Dominican. And the wife felt like the maid was actually a good-looking older woman. But she thought, you know what? She'll deal with it. Well, the baby was born. After the baby was born, they decided that they were going to try to get some visas for her and the baby. And he wanted to take them to Italy. His mom was older now, and his dad had passed on, and he wanted to, his mom wasn't interested in taking a flight. Hola. His mom was not interested in taking a flight. So he said, you know what? You have to come to Italy with me. He married her. He got all her paperwork together that had to get, he had to buy her everything, like buy everything, purchase everything, the legal visa from Haiti and get the passport and everything, which, hola, bien, and which wasn't a problem. He was expected to do that and he had no issue doing that. She was being agreeable to everything. And he was so happy. And she seemed happy to be going to Italy. She was less angry. She was arguing less. She was even cooking more. And she told him that they can get rid of the maid because she was ready to start taking care of things again. Hola, Juan. This is the guy that saved Noche. So she said, I'm gonna start taking care of the house again. And wow, she did. And he felt like, wow, man, like being a mother has really done good for her. Being a mother has made her feel like she had more purpose. She's married now, she has her passport, legal papers, her child, morning, and she's like, man, life is good. But he didn't know. They get to Italy. His mom has a beautiful villa in Italy. Gorgeous villa. Now his mom, she is not racist. She married a black man. She has a son that is mixed race. But when the woman got there, the wife, she felt like the mom was racist. But it wasn't that. The mom was intuitive. And the mom felt something was off with the woman. And the mom told the son. The mom said, my son, I don't think this woman is right in the head. Hola? And the son said, Mom, no, yes, she has anger issues, but she's okay now. She's been good for many, many months. Hola? And just give her a break. She's had a real tough life, Mom. You don't know, the Haitians, they have had it real hard than most people around the world. The mom said that gives her no excuse. Everyone has had it hard in some way, my son. And I'm not trying to undermine or oppress her, but I don't think she's good enough to be a mother to my grandchild. The son said, well, what do we do? He respected his mom, and he knew at this point that his mom knew something was up. The mom said, well, we just wait. She most likely will have some type of a breakdown, and maybe the Dominican Republic government can help you and you can get full custody of the child. And he said, okay. Now they were having these talks in the mornings as they would take their walks. They never were whispering in the house alone or, pushing her aside. They included her in every meal. But just like the mom had intuition, so did the wife. And the wife started to melt down. She started to get angry and angry. And then she was having breakfast one day at the table with the mom. And she fed the child something that maybe was not time to feed the child. The child was still young, too young, had no teeth. She gave the child a piece of sausage. And the mom said, I think that may choke the baby. And she got up and slapped the mother in the face. Hard. So hard, the mom fell off the kitchen chair. And not only that, once the mom was slapped, she took the baby, ran upstairs, and locked herself in the room. She stayed in that room for hours upon hours. They had to call the Italian police. When the police got there, they told her they were going to break down the door. When they broke down the door, her wrists were sliced and the baby was suffocated. This is a very sad story. But you see, this man had a good life before he met her. And he said to me, Cerise, just like the story time before this one, the tales tell the truth. Hola. He said, all the men around the world, and he said not just Haitian women, not just Dominican women, not just Canadian, American, German, Italian. He said all women, get to know them first, men. Always get to know them first and don't move fast unless you know she is not crazy. Hola. Sorry guys, the camera got cut off, but I will say this at the end of the story. I agree with the man that you gotta be careful when you're making emotional movements in life. I'm a soul coach and I have heard a lot from women and from men. So no matter who you are, where you are, and what your preference is, always be careful before you pick up a person and put them in your life in a serious manner. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Cerise Fairfax. I help people find apartments here in the Dominican Republic, budget-friendly apartments, also luxury places if you're looking for. And if you just want to chit-chat before you come here for a consultation, I provide 30-minute or 60-minute consultations. We can talk about your budget and what you like to do when you get here and what area might be the best for you. My information is in the description below, and you can give me a shout. You can write me on WhatsApp. Guys, be good to yourself out there. And remember, tomorrow is not promised, so make the best of today. Huge hugs, loads of love, and big blessings. I'll see you in the next video. Comment below where you're watching this video from. I'm really interested. Who's watching and from what part of the world?
Woke up to the sunrise, paint in the sky. Palm trees swaying like they're saying hi. Coconut water dripping down my chin. Sosua mornings, let the day begin. I live where I love and I love where I live. Every moment here's got something to give. The rhythm of the islands in my soul. Living a good life, feeling whole. Queen Cerise rules her island charm. Locals teach me peace with no alarm. Mango sweet papayas in my hand. Learning their ways I start to understand. I live where I love and I love where I live. Every moment here's got something to give. The rhythm of the islands in my soul. Living the good life, feeling whole. Oh, dancing in the streets to the beat of the drum. Stories of the past from the old and the young. Traditions flowing like the waves in the sea. The north coast of Sosua, it's setting me free. Fishermen's boats coming back to the shore. Smiles all around, can't ask for more. This life's a treasure, a gift from above. In Sosua, I found a home to love. I live where I love and I love where I live. Every moment here's got something to give. The rhythm of the islands in my soul. Living the good life, feeling old. I live where I love where I live. Every moment here's got something to give.